Parental Alienation Concepts, Episode 1. So what we have in parental alienation is a child who is showing an absence of empathy and splitting. Now, an absence of empathy is the capacity to be very mean, very cruel, to not care about the feelings of the person they're inflicting a lot of pain and suffering on. And splitting is where the child sees the world in black and white terms. It's either all good or it's all bad, meaning one parent, the allied parent, is all good, and the target parent is all bad. So we see in a child the absence of empathy and splitting. Now, these are both characteristics of narcissistic or borderline personality disorder. And so you might say, well, why is the child behaving in a way that is symptomatic or characteristic of narcissistic or borderline personality disorder? Where did that come from? And the answer is it comes from the allied parent. The parent has either narcissistic or borderline personality disorder, and they've essentially learned that behavior from the parent. Okay, the next term we want to look at is enmeshment. So that connection between the parent and the child, both having the characteristics of these personality disorders, that union, that's known as enmeshment, that connection between the parent and the child. And what we get with this is 2 against 1. And that is known as triangulation. The definition is joint action that is against the third person. So the parent and the child make a 2 against 1 dynamic against the other parent. Triangulation, 2 against 1. And because it is parent and child, the 2 against the 1, the parent and the child, it's also known as a cross-generational coalition. The people are of different generations, and so when they unite to create one force, it's a cross-generational coalition. And this coalition acts to terminate the child's relationship with the other parent. That is its goal. It's essentially it's bullying. It's very lethal. It's very dangerous to the other parent. Capable of great cruelty, inflicting a lot of pain and suffering on the other parent. That is, in a nutshell, what parental alienation is. It's 2 against 1, triangulation, or cross-generational coalition. And the reason why it even exists is because one of the 2 people has a personality disorder, narcissism or borderline. That's how it gets so vicious. That's how it becomes such a cruel dynamic of bullying, is because the parent has that disorder, that one of those personality disorders, and that turns it into just a very mean, very cruel family dynamic. Okay, that's enough for today. We looked at the child and their behavior and where it's coming from. And then we defined the terms enmeshment, the union of the parent and the child, how they're together. And when they work together, they work as a force together against the other parent. Triangulation. Okay, excellent. Till next time. Thanks.